Good morning, everyone. I should be live. Still have a shit voice. Oh, wow, more. My voice is worse than I remembered. Look at that. So, yeah, not sure how today's gonna go. But we've got, wow, we've got stuff to do, people to see, videos to record. Hope everyone is doing well today. Maybe if I keep talking, my voice will come back. Doubtful, but I can try it. If it gets really bad, I'll just stop stream here. I should really record about a half hour of the podcast today. So I can do a half hour today, half hour tomorrow to spread out the voice sorrow. So today we have the plan of taking a look at the legit Arduinos. Good morning, Gerald. I've got the new R4 Minima and Maxima. So R4 Minima and R4 Wi-Fi. I forgot, you guys can see on the Zoom now. So these are legit from Arduino. Massive regret because it cost me a fortune to get these here. You order from Arduino themselves. It comes through the US. Mind you, this was before the whole annexation threats, so I wouldn't have ordered them after. So I paid a lot for these because they're legit. Then I got dinged for the conversion, Canadian to American dollars. Then I paid a lot for the shipping, and then when they arrived here, there was a lot of customs fees, like a what's that called? Anyways, I had to pay taxes on them. So these became very expensive, and most of my money didn't actually go to Arduino, so that sucks. But anyways, I also got the RP2040 Connect and the R3 board, all legit with the holograms. So that's the plan. I also have the clone versions of the Arduinos to compare, which is good. And I also have another plan. So a friend of mine wants a F1 start light, like the tree, like the I actually don't know what it looks like. So we'll have to do research, and then we'll have to build a project. And I might do a PCB on this. It'll be for essentially Lego scale. His kids are into Lego, and they built a whole bunch of Lego F1 cars, and they have them all on a board. And he wants the lights. And I think for this, I will probably use an RP2040. Let's be honest, a favorite microcontroller at the moment. But I also want to do, like, hang on a sec, so you guys can join the conversation. So RP2040, probably want it to have a static mode and have a, like, start animation. So I don't know what entails, like what makes the lights turn on. Like I think they go like red, and then they flip green. So I want to do that animation, but also maybe a mode where it just hangs out and it flashes on off from time to time. Animation, like sometimes. So just like a random amount of time, it just does it. You know? So that seems like a fun project and something that more than just my friend will want. Oh, probably make a 3D printed stand as well. 3D printed stand. So basically the whole shebang for him there. That would be the goal. So I think we should start with this because my friend does want this for his kids. So we're gonna do research what it actually looks like, what a F1 starting light looks like. There you go, zoomed out. Also, I finished my coffee right before the stream, so I need to go make another coffee shortly, but I want to wait till my wife has done her breakfast stuff. All right, so F1 starting lights. What do they look like? 5 red lights, one at a time at 1 second intervals. After all 5 are lit, they're extinguished after randomly chosen delay of 0.2 and 3 seconds. Signal start of the race. Okay. Well, there's an animation. Five LEDs, 5 220 ohm resistors, one 10K, a tactile switch, IDE here. Okay, that's it, huh? So it doesn't seem that difficult. So we need 5 LEDs. We're going to go with 5mm LEDs because they're a little bit bigger. We could go 10mm, but that's really big. I do have 10mm LEDs though. Okay, and what do we need again? 5 red lights, and so plus resistors. And then one at a time, 1 second intervals. One at a time, 1 second interval. Okay, and then between 0.2 and 3 seconds. They extinguish. Okay, and what do they look like? So why there's 5 here, but like why? How's it going, MT? Why is there other lights here? Oh look, there's more. Okay, let's head over to Wikipedia. Okay. So the drivers see hang on. So there's more to this. there's more going on here. Yeah, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of lights. Okay, so let's say that these two lights here are always on the same channel, right? So we have 10 red LEDs. And then we have 5 yellow and 5 green. Okay. So that's 5 channels, 6, 7 digital pins. Why is the green on the bottom here? Okay, let's go to AI and ask them, how do F1 starting lights work? I know about the 5 red lights lighting at 1 second intervals. Start the race, but I can see a whole bunch of other lights on the stand there. 5 red lights, yeah, lined up their grid positions after the formation lap. My God, I'm sorry about my voice. Okay. Okay. Countdown to the start of the formation lap. Yellow flashing. Green lights. The panel, and then okay. So now I'm wondering if I want 3mm LEDs, because that panel will get big. Let's mock this up. We have more than enough digital pins on my Arduino of choice, the RP2040, but let's mock up. Okay, we'll use these because I have so many of them. And my soldering box. Okay. Seems like 1 row would be sufficient. Well, he wants this, but it's my project. So, yes, I might be overcomplicating things, but essentially, I'm releasing this for everyone to use. So, yeah, for him and his kids, it might be enough, but I'm allowed to have fun too, right? You know what? 5mm LEDs, I don't think is too big. But I will say, yeah, I know. Let me have my fun. So if we have 5 rows, actually that's not that big. And the thing is, I can make a PCB. I can make a PCB for this and it not be that big. So I'm just going to mock it up here. Because I can also make a 3mm version. Why can't I get these lined up? Oh, because I'm going the wrong way, this way. Thankfully, I've got all these LEDs. How's it going, Adaverk? Okay, that's not too big. That looks perfect to me. And then, so how many channels? Because then we have to decide if the micro goes in the lights or if it goes outside. No Discord, no. Comment section. Okay, so if we have... So the 10 red LEDs, they seem to be all together. Huge water leak in your ceiling. Oh no. So that's 2 per channel, 5 channels. Uh, 5 yellow. That's another 5 channels. 5 green. But the thing is, these can all be 1 channel. 1 and 5 channels. Could be 1. Okay, so right now we have 15 channels. 15 pins. I believe our Arduinos have well enough the RP2040 0. Sort of teaching myself electronics, yeah. Been at it for a while. I've been making videos since 2016. Okay. So if I wanted to make a F1 starting light controlled by Arduino, do I have it right that there are 5 pairs of red lights, then 5 yellow lights, all controlled by 1 output, and 5 green lights, all controlled by 1 output. See if they agree with me. Well, I have a second monitor with the chat on it, and I'm switching the inputs with OBS, Open Broadcaster Software. I don't see any reason why this would be bad to show. OBS. There you go. OBS. Free. Free Perplexity. I only use, I use a burner account. And I only use free AI for the moment because I have local AI. The only reason that I'm not using local AI is because I'm using my graphics card for encoding while I stream. Typically, I'll use local AI. Each controlled separately, light up in sequence. Okay, yellow and green. Yellow and green lights used for signaling delays, aborted, formation lapse, not part of the main starting sequence. Most Arduino F1 start light projects focus only on the red lights in the start sequence and not include. Yeah, see, I want to be the difference here. I want to be the change that I am in this world. Wait. Wait, so I was right. Okay, so you said I was right. So I only really need 6 pins. So that's it, 6 pins. I don't know if I have, I mean, ideally I would like 3mm LEDs. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna box myself into a tiny space. Not doing that. If I go 3mm LEDs, I'm gonna bring it so compact. They eat crumbs from peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. But we're not supposed to tell this to the normies, because now the normies know. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to let the normies know. See if I can find my RP2040s. I really need to sort this. Need to have a box just for micros and then a box for others. Yeah, man, I've been doing this for a while. Like I said. So we're using this chippy, RP2040. So I think, you know, if we set this like that, plenty of room back there. Can make a PCB pretty easily. And also this thing has edge connectors, so you can sort of solder directly on. Not really though, because there are components on the board, so you would need to make a cutout for it. I have a website, yes, simpleelectronics.ca. It should be listed in the description. And there's a contact form there if you want to get in contact. I have a P.O. box as well, should be in the description or in somewhere. Mostly AliExpress. I used to buy more from Amazon, but lately not really. So mostly AliExpress. Okay, so I need to prototype. So I will use one of my prototyping boards. Like so. I should have a I should have an RP2040 with pins in it already. So I don't have to redo that. Yep, this guy here. Making a set of F1 starting lights for a friend of mine. There we go. Okay, so now I can dismantle this. Got all these LEDs. Oh wait, one is backwards. We have to find that one and change the F1's like the the tree on the lights of the F1 cars, or the F1 race that signals the start of the race. Gotta find that backwards LED. I'm also losing my voice, so that's fantastic. Nope, not a cold. I have no idea what's going on. It started randomly. I haven't been teaching or anything, so I haven't been raising my voice. I'm just like losing my voice. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Nope, this is it. Here's the backwards LED. So don't know if you can tell, but the large portion is to the left, and it should be to the right. The resistor should be on the right of it. So yeah, I have no idea why I'm losing my voice. Ottawa, Ontario, Canaderp. Yeah, this camera is awesome. It's I've been always saying that webcams have been pretty crap. This is the new Insta360. What is it? Link 2C. I should write it on the back of the camera, because I keep forgetting what it is. Because the camera is like, my face is that way. I'm behind the camera. By the way, this is where you see me slice my finger open in HD. I was going to say 4K, but I might be recording locally in 4K, but I can't stream in 4K. Actually, I probably could. I don't know if YouTube would appreciate that from a non-monetized channel. Don't slice my finger in HD. Well, I'll try not to. Where are you from, Atavark? Obviously, you know the House Hippo, so you must be some sort of Canadian. Also, hope you realize it's not my main channel. My main channel is Simple Electronics. This is just my streaming channel. India? Oh no, how do you know about the House Hippo? Get out of here. Somebody told you about the House Hippo. Also, the house hippo is not a great measure of nationality because it only works on older Canadians. Read a lot about everything. Okay, well, that's good. There's a word for that. Autodidact. That is someone who teaches themselves. Self-learner. What do you do for a living, Adivark? Adivark? Maple syrup, reindeers, ice hockey. I've never seen a reindeer, aside from at the zoo. Lots of deer, though. It also surprises people to find out that I don't really care about hockey. Did I? I sliced my finger somehow. Look at that flap of skin right there. Moose. Also, actually I can't say I have met a moose in person. They are terrifying animals. I had a close encounter with a moose. Do not mess with the moose. Welcome back, Gerald. Okay, so this is plenty of space to house a micro. It's not a great project for by hand. Let me just ask. Person I will not name. Is 2 weeks too long to wait for your lights? Trust me, it will be ballin'. Yeah, mooses are huge. You know what? I don't really need to prototype this. We go straight to production. Right? Because this is just turning channels on and off. Oh, we need one more. So we have 6 pins. We need a 7th pin for a switch. So, yeah. So yeah, we can prototype after, but I think I should start the PCB. So, is there anything else I need? We'll need like 5 volts in. I think that's it. That's fine. So I need 5 volts in. It could be USB or whatever. And I need switch pads. Anything else? I don't think so. Maybe status LED. I think that's it. Let's go straight into PCB design. Let's just nail this. Let's open. Should I download KiCad 9 or whatever they're at now? Hang on a sec. You're in a canoe in Temagami. Temagami, if you guys don't know, is like a famous hiking and camping and backpacking and fishing area for Windows. Downloads. Hang on a sec, I'm just installing KiCad 9. When you met a moose, you were in the bow and your friend in the stern. He kept bringing us closer. 12 feet away before you listened to... Yeah, no, do not mess with a moose. You won't win. Hey, Franco. How was hanging out with your friends? Happy Easter, everyone, by the way, if you believe in that stuff. I believe in chocolate. Okay, so I'm going to start... Oh, done. Well, open it then, you prat. I'm going to start the install. It says it's done downloading. I think that's a lie. I'm going to start the install of KiCad 9. Yep. And then I'm going to go get coffee. Yes. Yes, install all that goodness. Okay. So I will, well, actually, I'll just run upstairs, put the kettle on, so to speak. You guys can follow me. Looks kind of grim outside. Popping the cup in the kettle. And heading back down to you guys. Verify the installation. Installed. Launch. Sure, import settings. Screen. Here we go. I'm going to make a new one. Back to webcam. New project. New folder. F1. Lights. F1 lights. Back to screen. Up, back to webcam. Gonna minimize something. Back to screen. All right. Sad for ones that celebrate because the Pope just passed on. Great time drinking, chatting, Chinese food. Got home. Well, good. Good for you. Sure. Okay. So did I get my custom symbols? This will be the good question. RP 2040. my custom RP2040 didn't load. Okay, hang on. I sent you the webcam. Symbol libraries. Hopefully I saved them all in the same spot. Plus, actually, delete that one. Custom symbols open. Okay, let's try this again. Screen. While this happens, I'm gonna go get coffee. Be right back. Because I built all my custom symbols, I want them back. I can make new ones, but that's work. Work that I've already done. I do wish KiCad would just import all my stuff. Scoop of coffee. Splash of creamer. Maple creamer. And head back down to the lab. All right, let's see what people say. So yeah, I did read that the Pope died, which is interesting. Screen. Move my notes over here. All right, schematic. Let's try this again. Oh yeah, I got my custom symbols back. Good. That's awesome. Now, we need a whole bunch of LEDs. I'm gonna wire them sort of like this. Okay, these will be like our red LEDs. Yeah, Pope died. Pope died today. Yesterday, today. It is what it is. Wasn't he like 1,000 years old? And 5. Okay, I'm going to link these together. Wait, they're not going to be linked together. They're going to need their own resistors. Okay, so that's these, and then we need to double that. Um, 88 very ill for the last few months. Honestly, there's been so much chaos ruling the news cycle from down south that I haven't even heard of the Pope for a while, since like 2016. I like the small resistor. Oops. So okay, and these guys should all be hooked on to ground. Actually, I can just do a label. Okay, so we got all that. So I kind of want to name, I hope these things get numbered the exact same. That's going to be better. So now we have to pick our GPIO. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. RP P2040, 0 pins. With the pin diagram. This guy. New tab. Oh, that is horrible. Oh, just the image is horrible. Okay. You know, I will say I like using Brave and all, but it sucks. RP 2040 0 images. There we go. Wait, that's no, it's a good image. Open. Nope. Come on. All right. So here we go. Oh, yes. Yeah, we're doing F1 racing lights. It was a request from a friend, but also it seems really cool project to sync my hold on a sec. I am working on it live on my live stream channel, going a bit all out. Yeah, it was a request from a friend for his kids, but I think it's a cool challenge nonetheless. So, all right, we can use pins like 0. Is there analog ins? Yeah, there's analog ins on the other side. Okay, I'm adding features. Feature creep. Feature creep for dimming. I am going to add feature creep. That is me. Okay, I'm gonna add a pot for dimming. There we go. Pots. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna add dimming for each color because we have enough ADCs. So this is because I am, oh, come on, stop being a punk. Like this and like this. There we go. Because we're going to just use PWM dimming, I'm going to put pots on the back side. So, all right, so GPIO 29, 28, and 27. Maybe we'll put 4 pots. I'm going mad with power. Okay, so red dim is on GPIO 29. Yellow dim is on GPIO 28. So red, yellow, green. Green dim on 27. Yep. No worries. And then global dim on pin 26. We have 4 ADCs. Might as well use them. Or 4 ADC channels. Might as well use them. So these, I'm envisioning that they're going to be like board-mounted pots. That's my vision. Okay, so that is done. So I need 3 pots. One, 2, 3, and 4. We will grab this. Red dim here. I'm going to move these 2. Yellow dim. Green dim. And global dimming. Like so. Okay, so I'll be able to do dimming. And then we need 3v3. Click over a sheet. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. 3v3 to here. Three v three, 3v3, 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 and then we need a ground label. Ground. 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 There we go. So we're good. I can add the grounds here. Did I mention I'm going to have to order more RP2040 zeros? Somebody's put, oh, since you're back, Franco, can you add that to my list, please and thank you? Okay, so now I actually need more space between these things. I'm going to move them up. There we go. Okay, so now we need to pick our digital pins. So we can go 0. Oh wait, we need 5 for the red ones. So let's go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, 5 for these. GP 0. Red 1. Red 2. Red 3. Red 4. And red 5. You know what? That's going to confuse the hell out of me. I'm just going to put them on pins 1 through 5. I think pin 0 will be our switch input. Thank you, Franco. MVP. Yellow channel will be 6. And then green channel will be 7. We're barely using any pins. Select switch will be 0. Where are my notes? Am I forgetting anything here? Status LED. So if I want to do status, let's say LEDs, thinking. So I can use 3 LEDs, 3-bit binary max number. I get 7 modes with 3 LEDs. But if I go 4 LEDs, I can get 15 combos, but that's 4 pins. And the thing is, I want to kind of break them out. Thinking, how do I do this? Do I just say screw it? We don't need an indicator LED? Or should I put the 4 LEDs? Because we have the pins, right? Should I just put the 4 LEDs and they light when you touch the switch? Because we can do coding to make this work. Doesn't have to be okay. Well, Ediverk, it's my hobby, but since I have a monetized YouTube channel, it's a job as well. I guess I'm a professional electronics-nician in the end, but I mean, I don't really consider myself a pro, if that makes sense. Okay, so am I just making my life more complicated? I mean, I definitely am. I 100% am going to make my life very complicated here. Love to have a channel. Well, nothing's stopping you. If you have a cell phone, you can make a YouTube channel. Your first video is going to be crap, but your next video is going to be better, and so on and so on. So you're good. Doer. Go get it. Okay, so I'm gonna break out. These pins up here, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think those will be my indicator LEDs. But I'd also like a trigger to just cancel all the animations and make it start. So let's add a trigger switch. I almost used all of these. So I'll add a trigger switch to 8. And then binary first position. Binary second position. Binary third position. And binary fourth position. Look at all the pins we're using. I am definitely not using these pads though. I literally think I added more than enough stuff in here. This is more than enough. We're using a shit ton of pads. Okay, I need 2 switches. I'll just go button, button. There we go. Okay, 1 of these. We need 2 of these. Okay, we need to grab this guy. We need to grab this guy. Then we need to grab the ground. There. That there. Now I need 4 more LEDs with resistors. These will be my binary LEDs. And I want my LEDs numbered the same, so I'm gonna do this. 1, 2. I should have copied the grounds too. Anyways, 3. 4. Oops, I didn't need 5. And then my grounds. Pop these on there. Okay, so now red 1. It's red. It's red 1, red 2, red 3, red 4, red 5, okay, so all the red ones are dealt with. Now yellow. You should have all the same numbers. Or sequential numbers, I should say. And then green. There we go. So green, yellow, red. Got my switches. Am I missing anything else? Let me put the not connected flags where they need to go. A 5-volt and ground pad. Okay, good to know. Oh yeah, I need just pads, solder pads, test points. I don't know how many I'll need. Need to give myself more space. So I need test points because I like to connect things like, for example, 5 volts, so you can just grab a 5-volt wire. So copy that and paste it. Paste it here. Take a ground, put a ground point. What else? I want there to be able to get the trigger switch. The select switch. What else? Actually, I think that's it. I'm kind of thinking that hang on a sec. The ground. Thinking here. Kind of thinking that these will be remote. So do I need a footprint break out the remaining pins for future use. So the issue with that is that I'm going to be running very short on space here. Like very short. And honestly, I think I've got enough. Like I'm using all but 3, using all the pins but 3. So I guess I can break out 3 pins. Sure, I'm going to break out the pins. Why not? So it's not going to be fun to use them, but GP13. Oh, that's 15. GP14. GP15. It's not a terrible idea to break out your pins. Oops. $15, $14, $13. Don't think I need anything else. Do I have a makerspace? Ottawa has a makerspace, but I don't attend. I kind of like making at home where nobody judges me. And then I put it on the internet where everybody judges me. So there's that. I have constantly been thinking of volunteering at a makerspace to give courses or whatever, but the problem is I do enough already. I do so much already that it wouldn't be tenable. What path roadmap? I would say do the project way. So find something you want to do and attack it iteratively. So the problem is that if you don't care about what you're doing, then it's very hard to learn stuff. But if you have a project in mind that you care about deeply, then you will learn easier. All right, let's annotate this bitch. Reset annotations. No, this way. Annotate. So now did my LED stay sequential? 4, 4, 17, 18. Yeah, that worked. Good. Test points. RG yellow. Good. No, I don't know how to use GitHub. GitHub is not beginner friendly, and I am still a beginner. As much as I want to pretend I'm not. All right, so before we run the footprint editor, I have to send you back over there. And I will do library, footprint libraries, add existing. Custom symbols. Sure, let's put all these things. Okay, back to screen. All right, let's edit some footprints. Well, I would much rather you don't clog up chat, but you know, you do you. Assign footprints. Okay, so now LEDs. Let's view. I can't believe this is not docked yet. That's not great. Okay, so all these are 5mm LEDs. So I guess you can't really do that. LED through hole, 5mm, bog standard, clear. $5mm. So what's the difference between that and that? Oh no. Sure. D10, 18, 19, 20. Okay, now for these little ones. I'm probably going to do 0805s SMD. Let me tube streams. Give me a second here. Share, copy link. There we go. All right. Yeah, so these, should this be 0603? Yeah, I think we're going to go 0603 because the reason is I need small. Let me just confirm I have 0603s in my collection because I need to save space on the board. Oh boy. Oh. Problem is, I think my resistors are 0805. 0603. So what are the... Okay, yeah, I've got hundreds of 0603. Can pick whatever color. So that's good. But should I just go for 0805s for simplicity? That's the question. These white. I mean, they're also tiny. Probably should go for 0805. They're still small. Okay, so 0805. But now, what size are these resistors? Open. That's 0805. I'm almost sure of it. are 0805 caps. These are 0805 resistors. All right, I'm going to go 0805, even though I have 0603. I'm going to go 0805. I don't need them that big. All right, so uh, 0805, and I'll put the hand soldering pads. Why not? Two, three, four. Now, all my resistors, I'm going to go 0805. Controversial take. But the issue is I need to fit a ton of resistors in this. So it's time for people to learn SMD. 1206, nope. 0805 with the hand solder pads. All of these. This will save me a ton of effort. Now, potentiometers, let's see what I have in stock. I want to avoid buying parts as much as possible. Because I'm doing the accounting on last year's purchases, and shit's grim. Especially since last year's income wasn't too great. I've got tons of parts in stock. So here's my pots and caps. So I've got these kinds, but again, they're going to be kind of big. If we look at like the footprint of this, 4 of these is kind of big. But I don't know if I want to go much smaller. Am I shopping for SMD potentiometers? Because that's all I have is big boys. The other problem is, will they get here on time? Let's go. SMD. Here. Oh, these are nice. They're freaking tiny, but they're nice. Okay. Let's go like, I don't know, 50K. Not a lot in SMD. I think the problem is it'll be kind of hard to get a screwdriver in there. I don't know if I'll be able to find something Like, where's the adjustment on these? I don't see the adjustment. Oh, there. Wow, it's a tiny screw. No, I don't want that. Hey, Big Z. I'm doing some F1 starting lights for a friend. How's it going? Happy Easter if you're into that. Happy Dead Pope as well. Or Sad Dead Pope or whatever it is. So these are 3mm by 3mm. Can't really get a good look though. The only issue with ordering parts is I don't have them in my hands to verify the footprint. But I think the potentiometers are kind of important for a final product to give to someone so they can adjust the brightness. Especially when the lights won't have the same color response to brightness or whatever. You know, a hand knob would be ideal. But then you're talking about like 5 wires having to be run out. I don't like that. What do we do, folks? Do we just order these micro potentiometers? They have the 50K variant. It'll be like $5 for 10 of them. Oh my God, that's expensive. When did parts get so expensive? Can order these guys. These are far cheaper. 20 for about $3. Oh, they have footprint information. Thanks, Bigsy. I think that'll be tomorrow, to be honest. My mom gave us some chocolate yesterday, so Vero's quite happy about that. What she wasn't happy is that some of the chocolate that she got was Coffee Crisp, and she does not like Coffee Crisp. So, yeah, there was that. Do I have any of these trim pots? Like I know I can steal some from Modules, because these are quite compact. But they're hard to tune though. Would love a manual knob. Did you get, did the Easter Bunny come by for you, Big C? Yeah, I have a lot of Coffee Crisp, but I compensate her. I gave her some of the non-Coffee Crisp ones that I had. So we had one for one. I don't like taking her chocolate. I know how much it means to her. It definitely doesn't mean the same to me as it does to her. What am I gonna do? Because I live in a shoe. See, if I was some sort of software genius, I could just do this in software. But I'm not. But the pots that I have, they take up the whole entire board. I know. I didn't say you made me do it. I said I don't like it. So I gave you your chocolate. It's what life is about. Nice family barbecue on Friday. You did get a chocolate egg. More of a savory person. Okay, fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion. I like both. Yeah, dinner was... I think I'm getting old and grumpy because restaurant food doesn't taste as good as it used to in my mind. So it was good, but I would not have paid $30 for it. I'm not like hankering to go back. It didn't feel like $30 good. I know. I know. I know I'm grumpy and old. I might also just be wrestling with the fact that everything costs a shit ton of money these days. There's that too. Kind of hampers my enjoyment of things. But like I'm so... Like I love takeout. I love takeout. I don't like restaurants. Weird, huh? Maybe if I had these stand-up pots. I don't have any stand-up pots though. Okay, what do I do? What do I do, folks? I'm not a fan of my potentiometers taking up my entire board. Because there are potentiometer pads. This may be me adding too many features. Surprise, surprise. Wear them remotely. Yeah, I could. But you're running a lot of... So, okay, let me go back. So like we have a unit that's going to look a little bit like this. It's going to be wider, right, to fit more stuff. But essentially we want to fit everything within approximately this footprint. We want to, like, you know, approximately this. So if you think approximately that is approximately this, right? And we already have this microcontroller. It's going to be sitting, I don't know, somewhere like that on the back side. Yes, sir. Do you wanna set Big Z? Because when I order PCBs, I always get 10. I don't need 10. So yeah, that's gonna fit in there. So we only really have this much space for like everything else. It's gonna be like deep, right? It's gonna be about that thick. Nothing really I can do to stop that. So this is approximately the spacing I want. And then I'm going to have to 3D print like a front to it. But yeah, so this is what we're aiming for. So I think like I can jam the pots in there, but it's going to be tight. Do I have any of those pots here? I don't see any. So, okay. So if I had a beautiful mind, here's what I'm thinking. So if I had a beautiful mind, which I don't, zoom you guys in. I said, there we go. So if I had a beautiful mind, what you could do, where's my pen? Okay, is you could have a routine where, let's say you press and hold because I have the one switch. I have two switches to trigger. So press and hold the switch, and then it would look at potentiometer value. Okay, so like it would be like a calibration mode. So look at the potentiometer value, and then you click the switch, and then it saves pot value as red, for example. Okay, and then you click the switch, and then again looks at pot value, then it goes back up to here, looks at potentiometer, and then it comes back and it saves as yellow. So, like, you can do this in code. I would have no idea how to save this as code and have it persist. Let me see what ChatGPT says about that. I just want to see how complicated it would be. Okay, I want to make an RP2040 project involving LEDs of different colors. And oh no, I'm Canadian connection, got to put the U, of different colors. And I want the user to be able to specify the max brightness controlled by PWM by using a single potentiometer and a switch. I would like you to hold down the switch to enter calibration mode. Hold down the switch to, oh shit, you guys are not even on the screen. Hold down the switch, hold on. To enter a calibration mode. after which the user adjusts a potentiometer, and then when the desired brightness is achieved, the user clicks the switch and the value is now saved and moves on another color. The potentiometer is adjusted again and the switch is clicked to save the value, the brightness. The user clicks the switch third time, another time, and the pot is adjusted and clicks a final time and the value for the third color is saved. And now the program keeps running as it was before. The big thing is that I want those values to be saved and persist even after being power cycled. What would that entail? There we go. Let's see what it has to say. Okay, very achievable. I like this, very achievable. Okay, so yeah. Oh, look, it's using the Canadian colors. Very good. Oh, look. That's the exact board we're using. Okay. Little FS or EEPROM emulation. EEPROM library. Okay, there's a different core. Okay, it's already losing me. It's already losing me here. For int I equals, I need to figure out how this works iteratively because I know this is used all the time. It's just going through a for loop to name things and save them to an array, but it's just, it's confusing. I like it when it's all written out, you know, long. Okay. Load brightness values, okay. Can you snippet? So I'm just hoping this exists. Sometimes it just makes shit up. Oh my God. It's doing some advanced stuff here. Okay, in calibration. Let's to check, see if we're in calibration. Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. All right, so we're making an array called LED pins with 3 values. And we're using pins 2, 3, and 4. Then we have a potentiometer pin on 26 and a button pin on 10
That's good. Const int num colors equals 3. So I'm guessing this is the number of colors we're saving, and then int, so constant. So this doesn't change. So we'll always have 3. Then int brightness values, num colors. So we have an array. That doesn't make any sense. Oh wait, no, we have an array with num colors amounts of values. Okay, I'm understanding. Boolean in calibration equals false. That's to check to see if we're in the calibration mode or not. Unsigned long button press time equals 0. So we're going to use this to check how long the button is pressed for. Bool last button state equals high, and it assumes an input pull-up, so you're going to have to set that to input pull-up. But this means that this is just putting it in a known state. It's a Boolean input pull-up, so that's just to stop noise on the pin. Okay, so we're good. We're good here. So far, I understand what happens here. That's good. Serial begin. I hate this. You don't need a serial monitor for everything you do. Set up the LED pins. Oh, you have to set them up every time. It's so that you can change. So, okay, for. So for loop means do this. It means do this. See, this doesn't make sense. You have, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm going to stop complaining. So for int I, so you're declaring a variable inside this bracket, equals 0. So we made an integer called I, and it is value 0. This is a bitwise operator. Let me see, Arduino bitwise operator, bitmath. Ugh, my eyes. And no, I just want like the list reference. This is probably C++, not necessarily. Size of progmem structure. Wait, the comma, hang on. I made a mistake. This comma means this is a line. Okay, so int I equals 0. Then the next line is I smaller than num colors. So this will run as long as I is smaller than num colors. And then it goes I plus plus, so it increments. So essentially, I equals 0. It'll run because it's smaller than num colors. And then it'll increment it. So it'll do 1 pin, then it'll increment 2, then it'll increment 3, and then an LED pins is an array, so it'll define 2 as an output, then 3 as an output, then 4 as an output. Jesus. This is the difficult part about coding, is that this is so simple, but it has so much going on in it. There's a lot of learning to understand just this part. And this is something that you can just do by declaring them by hand. Then pin mode, button pin input pull up. Yep. So they said here, button pin 10. It's good. EEPROM begin 512. Now I don't know what this 512 is for. Probably that's the amount of space we're storing. Load brightness values, we don't have any. And then starting normal operation, don't need that. Okay, here's the loop. So if check button hold, so this is a function which we haven't seen yet. Then enter calibration mode. Okay, let's check for check button hold. Here's the function that we're calling. If, hang on, that doesn't make sense to me. If check button hold, a function can be a Boolean? I don't know. So yeah, I'm lost now. We're lost. So whatever. I guess a function can be a Boolean. Current state equals digital read. If current state low and last button state equals high, button press time equals milli. So hold for 2 seconds. It's mapping, done mapping before. Okay. I'm going to trust. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to trust that ChatGPT has my back. I'm going to put one potentiometer on the board. It will be my global dim. But I'm going to put a calibration mode. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to X out of assign footprints. Oh, save. I am going to trust that it can be done. And I will put a single potentiometer. This is scary. Okay, 26 global dim. That one stays. These are going away. I'm going to trust, and if I don't trust, like if shit hits the fan, I will reach out to people who are smarter than me to help me. Guys, this is a big leap of faith here. I would never... GP 29. I would have never done this like a year ago. Trust that I can figure it out and reach out for help if needed. I'm growing as a person. GP 27. The scary part is I won't be able to explain my code. Excuse me, burping here because my coffee. I won't be able to explain my code, but this is a sacrifice I'm making. I've grown as a person, folks. 29, move to here. 27, move to here. Okay. Because in the end, what's the point of using a super powerful microcontroller if you can't use its superpowers? So that is that. Alrighty. So that's done. Let's assign footprints again. So these are all assigned, these are not. Footprint, potentiometer. Potentiometer, THT. I have to find the correct reference. I really don't know which footprint. I think it's that one. Oh, that one looks proper. Let's measure. In here, in here. No, that's not proper. It would be 5.02. I don't like looking for footprints. What about here? There. Dude, there are 5 mils. It should be 5.02. That's not correct. Don't tell me I have to make a custom footprint for a standard potentiometer. They're 5 mil exactly. Five mil exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll probably be able to flex the potentiometer into shape with a hole. Whatever, I'll flex the legs. I'll fit it on there. Done. This is tactile switch. Sensor button. Button switch. Not those. Is that it? 12 millimeter? No. That's not it, right? It's a 6 millimeter. Yeah, this guy. Four and a half. Wait. 6.5. What am I, freaking crazy? Am I crazy? Why are these pins not lining up? I am more than happy to say that I am crazy. Switch. Oh look, I had a vertical pot. My mic pack is making weird squealing noises too. No switch here. Look, I have some SMD LEDs here. Hey, how's it going? Are you talking about the F1 lights? No, well, I'm confident we can get it working, so I'm getting the PCB done so I can send it off to PCBWay to have it made ASAP. So I can have a video for next month, essentially. Whatever, yesterday's project is finished. This guy. So that one's done. That video is done. In fact, I just need to edit it now. Which I might do some editing today, but I also need to get taxes done. So I need to do two things. Oh, tactile switch. What did I use for this one? It must be that. Calipers. Also, happy Easter, Mr. Adam Bryant, if you believe in that. So I've got like 6.5 millimeters across there. And then like 4.5. Yeah, okay, that's the correct ones. So it should be these. And I'll use these, I'll mount them remote, but the switches are there if need be. Switch. Now, test points. That was yesterday. Oh, okay. I thought Easter Monday was something special. I'm really not religious, so you guys will have to tell me. All right, now I need a pad. A pad, not two pads. Single pad. I don't know how big this hole is. I have no like reference. 1.6 millimeter hole. You know what? I don't think I need a through hole. I just have a pad. Yeah, I think that's good. Micro mini. Wait, let's measure it. There to there, 3.4 millimeters. I think that's enough. Easter Monday is typically a holiday because in theory people weren't working yesterday. Ah, okay. I didn't know that. So there we go. It's good to know. Yeah, sure, 3.8 millimeters, we can use this. So these are all our test points. Okay, and now this I should have uncategorized parts. RP 2040 wave share. Yeah, I do. Okay, footprints are done. So that is good. Can you guys hear the squealing from my mic pack? As soon as I touch it, the capacitance changes and it stops squealing. So I can't really bring it up to you. To the PCB. All right, update PCB. One error. What? Did I not just assign it? Oh, no, I didn't. Uncategorized parts. Uncategorized parts. Now, to the PCB. Update PCB. Errors 11. Oh yeah, okay, that's the yeah, that's fine. We're good. Okay, so first things first, we have to set up our grid. Okay, so that's bad then. If you guys can hear the squealing. Hopefully that stopped it. I'm using a DC-DC converter for my mic. Okay, so I need 1 through 5. We need to set up by doing the grid because this is visual. We need diodes 1 through 5. So let's put a grid, 0.1 inch. It seems to be gone, so that's good. 0.1 inch, and then so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5 to separate it. Maybe I want one more. 6. We're going to see how it looks like. I want to make sure they're spread out enough. They don't look too tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus, that'll give us more room to work. 1, 2, oh, 1, oh, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I moved it from my pants pocket to my sweater pocket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, my vote is take out. Do it. Do it. All right, diode 6. Now I have to decide the downward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that too far apart? What's the takeout? 3, 4. What's the, yeah, what are we having? Since you were sick 2 weeks ago, chocolate just isn't interesting. It'll come back. It always comes back. D11. D12. D13. D14. D15. Five Guys? Oh wow. You must make a lot of money there, big spender. Actually, I don't know if it's the same in the UK. Here, Five Guys is hella expensive. I would love to indulge, but it's very expensive. I don't think, it's not that I like can't afford it, like 20 bucks won't make me bankrupt, but I just feel like it may not be worth the price for me. Yeah, you're right about that, Adam. But I use the grid because I'm hard-headed. So now, this is roughly the spacing we have on the workbench. Let's see if that roughly aligns with the spacing. It doesn't have to be identical. So is that about that? I just want the ratio of distance to here and distance to here. Looks about right to me, actually. Image, new tab. Like it looks more or less correct. Gotcha. I'm big on burgers. So do burgers, my friend. So like that's roughly the same distance apart here, and then if we move it to like here, it could go a little bit wider. I'm gonna move them over one. One. Let's see, did that make it worse or better? That's better. So I think this is what we're gonna go with. So let's make sure now that we have under the PCBWay maximum size. Yeah, for sure. We're good. This might be a little big for Lego scale, but it's gonna be nice. I think it's gonna show up really nice. Let's make sure everything's well spaced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So this is our basic project. So now we have to fit all the other components onto the board. And preferably have nothing protruding. So like we'll take this guy. We could put this here, but we'll have to flip it to the other side. I don't remember how to flip it onto the other side. But anyways, that'll have to wait because I need to pee. So I'm just gonna put it on here and say I'll be right back for coffee, but I might not make a coffee. So after these messages, we'll be right back. Guess who's back? Back again. Dan is back. Tell your friends. All right. So, all right, there is a way to flip this thing onto the back. Change sides right there, F. So rotate this. Let's see how comfortably we can fit that. Cannot. Oops. The grid changed. Don't want that. Grid back to 0.1 inch. Rotate upwards. So like you see, we can fit that kind of in between. Well, thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome. So I can't fit it like all inside the board. So we can do a little bit of width like this. If we have a little bit more top height, which I'm okay with, we can have it here. Did you guys hear that Ron Perlman coming back to play Hellboy one last time? Interesting. Here's one for you, Dan. Right up your street. MG has won Car of the Year with his new electric car with range of 75 miles. Yeah, so I would say the British are quite open to small cars with small range, because they just, you know, if I can be a little whimsical like you British folks are, because you guys you're okay with just popping to the shops. Sadly, North Americans hate that shit. I think a short range EV is perfect. in my mind. I think most people don't need large ranges, but the issue is asking someone to buy a short range EV is a bit of an ask here, because 75 miles, what's that in kilometers? 75 times 1.6, 120K. That's actually not that bad. So that's fine. I just think that, yeah, North Americans, they are very difficult people when it comes to, when it comes to like selling an EV to them. They're incredibly hard-headed, stuck in their ways. Very difficult to make any progress. I don't want that sticking up. Actually, I want to flip these to the other side. What was the F? Hold on. 480 miles in a single tank. Yeah, generally UK is perfect for the EV market. 99% of our journeys would be 70 miles or less. For sure, unless you travel a lot for work. 75 is nowhere near enough if you want to go on holiday. Okay, listen. The problem is we need a mentality shift. Okay? Because most of these days will have 200-mile range, definitely live with. So, okay, so let me explain this. Most people don't drive 75 miles in a day. Okay, yes, that's fine, Adam. 200 is nowhere useful for you. Whatever. I'm saying like 99% of people would be perfectly served with that kind of range. And are you honestly saying that you do more than... Hang on a sec. Hold on. Hang on. I got to focus here. Are you honestly telling me, which I will believe you, by the way, if you say so, but are you honestly telling me that you do more than 75 miles of range the vast majority of times you use your car? This is what I'm asking. Those people do exist, but I'm asking if that's you. Do you do more than 75 miles of driving the vast majority, like 80% of the time that you get in your car? So when you go to your car, 80% of the time you drive more than 75 miles. That's what I'm asking. Because if that's the truth, that's fine. An EV isn't for you. However, that is not the experience of the vast majority of drivers. The vast majority of drivers, they do barely any mileage. Like here, what is the average driving trip length GHT of North American drivers? 50%. Okay. There we go. So according to the U.S. Bureau of Transportation Statistics, 99.2% of average daily trips in the US, the driving capital of the world, are less than 100 miles. So something with 200-mile range would be good for 99.2% of people. Let's see British drivers. The average car journey distance is 8.1 miles. Solo trips average 7.3 miles. So EVs are not for everyone, 100%. But EVs are like, they serve like 99% of people. And I will tell you with a straight face, the reason I don't have an EV right now is I can't afford one. No, come on. Charging is also a problem over here. Very few charging places. Correct. That is a common problem. However, that is easily remedied by having more charging places in public areas. So when you do your trip, you charge on your trip. And then when you get home, you have most of a full battery. The thing is, we have dealt with much bigger problems before. Much, much bigger problems. This is not an unsurmountable problem. Yeah, okay, so roadworks and traffic lights don't affect EVs. You can idle essentially forever in an EV without using fuel. Why is this one not lining up now? Oh, there we go. A lot of people that live in terrace houses, no place to park and no off-road parking for chargers. Yeah, if there's no place to park, that's a car problem, not an EV problem. Lifestyle change for the majority of it. Think how much each person spends on cars each year and think how many of those cars would disappear if we spent it on public transport. Oh yeah. So I'll give you another cool thing about EVs. My boss bought an EV and he used to spend, oh yeah, for sure. Bus or tram, for sure, 100%. I wish we had public transport like the UK does. We have public transport, it's just not as good. Let me give you an example. My boss has an EV. He bought an EV. His son plays hockey. So hockey is a big deal in Canada, but there's a lot of travel. And he lives out of the city. And so he took his EV and he went like his wife went to work downtown, which is, again, he lives out of the city, so it's far. And then his wife went back home, and then he loaded his kid into the car. He went back into the city to the arena, and then he went back home, and he arrived with 30% battery. Now, the cool thing is he plugs in at home to charge, and the same amount of mileage would have cost him like 40 or 50 bucks in fuel. It cost him $7 in electricity to charge his car. That is crazy. On those rare days, this weird thing called aircon. Yeah, aircon. Yeah, aircon is actually going to use less electricity than your heat. But even so, the heat in an EV is by a heat pump. So it's very efficient. Like very efficient. We're going to flip this to the other side. Okay, we've got test points. We'll deal with the test points in a moment. Yeah, if you have, photovoltaic PV, aka solar panels. Yeah, I'm all in on solar energy. I just, the problem is, you can make money off of charging. Like you can make money off of solar panels, but you need the initial money before you can make that money. So I don't have the $20,000 investment to make into solar panels. But yeah, I'm all in. I would totally have solar panels on the roof. 100%. How come these don't line up? Need to rotate. It's not grabbing the component from the same place. Your next car will be, you see, I'd love an EV. I don't drive much. I live in an apartment, so no charging, and I can't afford a new vehicle right now. Let me check my longest trip. So not now. Hang on a sec. My longest trip is going from mine and Vero's house to my parents' cottage. It is 78.6 kilometers. So let's say like 79 kilometers. So essentially, I could make it there with that cheap EV, that 120K. I can make it there, and if I spend like a couple hours charging, I can make it home on this cheap EV. Crew cab van is both mom and dad now have mobility scooters. Yeah, fair enough. EV just a few doors down. He has to have the charging cable across the footpath. Okay, but he doesn't have to do that, Franco. He doesn't have to do that. He can charge at a public charging station. I mean, the solution is there. Just because the person doesn't want to do it for whatever reason, because it's cheaper or whatever, it doesn't mean they have to do that. So I would say that person is putting other people's safety in jeopardy because they want to save a couple bucks on a public charging station. Okay, why doesn't it grab this from the middle? That's my question. So that person is being inconsiderate. Exactly, Big Z. Okay, so if it doesn't matter if it's 10 miles, right? If you have a 400-kilometer range, here, watch this. Kia EV6 range. So Kia EV6, basic, pretty basic EV. What is the range of Kia EV6? Kia EV6 has a range of 708 kilometers. So you can charge and then you just go home with your 10 miles. You'll lose 16 kilometers of range driving home. Not a big deal. Yeah, for sure. And it doesn't matter. Like, you'll see people are complaining that EVs are inconvenient right now. I mean, fair. It is inconvenient. I understand. But what happens when EV adoption through natural means, right? More and more people want EVs. What happens when EV adoption becomes more widespread, and then gas stations become less popular, less profitable? Well, guess what? There's going to be fewer gas stations, and then it'll become more inconvenient for people to use gas stations. This is just messing with me now, isn't it? Align to my friggin' grid. Whatever, I'll just place them all and then I'll align them after. So then it'll become less convenient to have gas stations, and then and then all the electric vehicle guys will be like, well, I don't want a fuel vehicle because gas stations are like getting rare. You know? It's changing fast, for sure. Yeah, I always get trolled by software. It's fine. I will fix it. So then you take all this, and then you just go align tools. View, edit. I don't remember how to do it. Align, distribute, horizontal center. There we go. All aligned. So that's good. Maybe I'll move this resistor, this RV, more this way. I don't want to route more lines this way, so I'll leave these switches here, because mostly these will be installed remotely anyways. When they stopped leaded fuel, had to go get extra chemicals. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And the halting of leaded fuel has caused so many positive health effects. You would be astonished to find out how damaging it was. Absolutely astonished. There's an entire generation whose IQ has been negatively affected in a massive way. Oops, that's not what I wanted. One more. Oh, what the? Oh, there's test points. And the worst part is, are those resistors the same value? These are. The LED ones will have to be adjusted. The other thing that is crazy about the leaded fuel debacle is that leaded fuel wasn't even needed. They could just use octane, higher octane fuel, and that would work perfectly, but it was more expensive. So the auto manufacturers kept relying on it, on lead. Why can't I put this here? Oh, because the switch is flipped on the other side. Doesn't really matter. Replace R1. I don't have resistor networks. I don't want to buy them. Higher octane, lacked added chemicals. No, the automakers had to. I need to get this right there, but there was a big lawsuit because. Wait, hold on. Trigger switch. That should go here. There was a big lawsuit because it was discovered that the manufacturer's own research was showing that it wasn't actually necessary to use leaded fuel, but they kept using it because it was cheaper. I have to look it up, but I do know something about that. You see, was it true that leaded fuel wasn't needed in the end? The pinging could have been stopped by slightly more expensive chemicals. Yeah, basically true. Widespread use of leaded gasoline was more about cost and convenience for manufacturers than technical necessity. So 1920s, preignition, tetraethyl lead was discovered to be a cheap and effective anti-knock additive, but they could just use ethanol, which was not patented the same way tetraethyl lead was. And GM, DuPont, Standard Oil, which is SO Exxon, had a big stake in TEL or whatever it is, tetraethyl lead. Cheapest solution, made companies a lot of money. Long-term health and environmental consequences were either ignored or downplayed for decades. Lead poisoning from fuel caused immense global damage before it was banned. If cost of profit had been driving a factor, cleaner alternatives could have been developed and scaled much earlier. So, yeah. So there we go. Corporations. Profit at the cost of health. As always. At this point, you shouldn't be surprised. I'm going to put these test points here, but I don't know if I really want to route them. Your refrigerant's much better for the environment. Yep. R23, Freon. Yeah, in cars, R23 is actually called R12. It's horrible. R134A, 1400. And propane, yeah. The new refrigerant for cars is R1234YF, which has a global warming potential between 1 and 4. We don't know exactly because it hasn't been studied to that extent, but yes. And what's nice to see is R134A, which was the standard for a very long time after R12 was banned, has a global warming potential of, has a ozone depletion potential of 0. R134A does not destroy the ozone layer. However, R12 and R23 definitely did. So, yeah. Uh, 13, 14, 15, 27, 28, and 29. Oh, enjoy, Adam. Hopefully you have a good walk with your dog. Who is Dan? I am. But then again, who am I really? Good question. I don't have the answer to that. Oh, what am I doing? Wait. Oh, that's not the same, you idiot. I have to do it on the back copper. Okay, link all these together. Oh, that one's upside down. Yeah, who is this Dan? I don't know who Dan is. Just some dude. Nothing to be concerned about. Okay. Oh, these are not the right spot. There we go. Done. This is going to be dangerous routing around this LED. Did I seriously make a wrong freaking label? I put a green instead of ground. Ground. All ground. Ground. Oh no, green. No, this is proper. It's going to green. Okay, we're good. To learn about transistors, do I need tens of transistors, multimeter, power supply, some kind of book? I would say you don't need any books unless you're like a book lover. You can certainly hold on. Something's wrong here. Resistor, diode, resistor. Oh, this is on the wrong diode. You should order transistors in bunches of 10. This is 24. What's that doing there? Okay, 21, 21, 22, 22. Transistors, get them like as cheaply as possible, because yes, you might burn some. It does happen. But like, if you're ordering from AliExpress, it's not economically viable to order less than 10. Don't forget, you're like shipping things from the middle of nowhere. Hold on. R, D, D, R. That's backwards. Ideally, you would find someone near you who is like me and has ordered way too many components. And then you can just buy some cheap ones from them. If some local kid here wanted to get into electronics, I would I'd probably not even let them pay for their parts. You know what I mean? I use PCBWay because I am sponsored by PCBWay. My first PCBs were made by JLC. So take that for what it is. Filled zone. I love PCBWay because they support creators, but do what you feel is right. So many events are sponsored by PCBWay because makers, we don't really make a lot of money. So I am very proud to use PCBWay because they support makers. Be that as it may. This is KiCad, yeah. Food has been ordered. Went with 5 guys. Let me know how it is. I will eat vicariously through you. I get good food too, but 5 guys is just, it's not on my quote-unquote worth it list, if that makes any sense. Oh no. I set up my LEDs improperly. Red 1. Red 3. red 4, red 1. Oh, I went 1, 1, 2, 2. Shit. We are resetting everything. Route. Is there a way to delete all routes? Yeah, chicken. Nice. Get the... Yeah, chat's been distracting me, but that's okay. Get a variety pack of transistors, like whatever is most economically viable, because you don't know if you're going to be into it, right? If you have a local market that, like around you, that deals in parts, you know, go there. Do that. See if you can pay a couple cents for a couple transistors, you know, 5 packs or something. Cancel. How do I delete all routed tracks? In KiCad, how do I just delete all my routed tracks? Selection filter plus box selection. Oh, that's good. I know about the selection filter, this thing. So you just tracks, grab this, and then just delete. All routed tracks are gone. There's a meteor shower. Oh, nice. Okay, so these are green, yellow, red. So one, let's just grab this. Ugh, this. Let's move these away. Grab this and this. Oh. Oh, no, I grabbed it from the middle. I need to grab it from there. Oh, I need to put my grid. 0.1. What time is it? It's 11. I have an hour. My, one, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was it 5? Looks like it. So my favorite podcast in the world is on tonight. So I'm not going to be able to work on this. Okay, dude, why? Why won't you let me grab this from the pad? Pad? But anyways, I will be able to do my freaking taxes, sadly. What podcast? It has nothing to do with electronics. It's the H3 podcast. Okay, new. How come in TiCAD. Sometimes I can pick up and move the footprint by the pad, and sometimes it grabs the center of the footprint. I would really like to move it from the pad this time. Click directly on the pad. Footprint mode, not in board mode. If you press M and click on the footprint, if you click near the footprint's anchor, I don't think it's correct. So M. Nope. Nope. Okay. What's this do? So my selection filters are here. What if I unclick that? Oh, I got it. There we go. Okay, good. It's 1. Now, need red 2. Now I need to footprints. This guy. Move. So I have to like unclick footprints, grab this. Oh, this one. Is that how high it's supposed to be? Yeah, I think so. Yep. Just gonna tuck them all like that now. Oh, did I say which podcast? H3 podcast. It's my favorite podcast. Has nothing to do with electronics. In fact, I kind of like that it has nothing to do with electronics. It lets me shut my brain off. It's just pure entertainment. And that's what I'm looking for. Which one is this? Red 3. Wait. Oh, you bastard. 3 is over here. Right? That's 5. What's this? Unconnected. R14 pad 1. What? Red 5, red 3. I'm so confused. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, this is 3. Oh, you bastard. This is 4. This is 5. But why is this one unconnected? R14 pad 1. What am I missing? Bin 1 through 4. Bin 1 through 4, those are connected. These are all connected. Oh, I see right here. Not connected. There we go. Okay, we're good. Red 2. This one's my 2. Footprints. How long? What's the ETA on the burgers? Red 2 standing by. Does Red 2 die? I don't remember. That's Red 3. Red 2. Where's Red Leader? Our waiter yesterday, which by the way I didn't realize until Vero pointed out, yesterday was 420. 2, 4, 5. Sure, there's a 3. Oh, the other 3 is there. Yeah, so Vero pointed out that yesterday was 420, and it didn't seem to have affected food quality. They did a reasonable job. 5 and 30 minutes. Well, I guess people are off today, so that makes sense. Can you give us your home address so we can judge if that that amount of time is reasonable? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move. Must have been 4, not 5. There we go. Well, I didn't go and look at the labels. I didn't go like, oh, I'm going to write down Big Z's address. Didn't do that. In fact, okay, yeah, you I know. You're hidden again. There we go. But some of Vero's fans have sent her mail, and I knew their real name because of that, and their real name's not known. But the thing with real names is if I'm not supposed to know, right? Like if they want to be anonymous, I just don't even want to know it. Like I know Defective's real name, and now it is much harder for me to not accidentally say it. So yeah, if people want their names to remain anonymous, which I don't blame them at all, I'd rather just not know. Makes my life so much easier. I know, I heard, so how was he? So first of all, does he smell of beard oil? I must know. Milkshakes and played mini golf. Very nice. If you guys are not, so Big Z, Matt Biggs in chat, he's called Big Z on Twitch, and he hangs out in Vero, which is my partner's live streams, and he's friends with myself and my partner. At least I consider him a friend. I don't know if he considers me a friend. I don't want to speak for him. And we have another friend that we know through Vero called Defective Inspector, also streams on Twitch, and they met up last week because they're both British. If he smelt of beard oil, I couldn't smell it over your own beard oil. That's hilarious. Nice one. So yeah, the joke is both Big Z and Defective have beards, and so do I. I don't put beard oil in though. Okay, so do we have all this? 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, that's all set up. Okay, so now we have a ground pour. That's good. Now we have to run our wiring. Oh, this I can use a smaller grid for. Grid. Smelt what you do to metal? Yeah, it's also a fish. Metal kind of upsets me though, because I tried to kill it and I couldn't. So it's kind of upsetting. I'm seeing this might be an issue. You've got a beard too, no oil. Okay. Yours, no offense, probably smells like cigarettes though. just saying. Not my favorite smell in the world. Probably one of my least favorite. Okay, and then connect to this yellow here. I've worked a long time in customer service. Tons of people have told me that they smoke in their cars, but you can't smell it because they open the window every time. But trust me, you can smell it. You can very much smell it. Cigarettes and beer and whiskey. So I need to get there. Oh yeah, I guess I can go this way. Green, then you can't cross over, but you can go over this way. Try to drag this over. I don't want this sharp edge. Oh, yeah, I know you were referring to your beard. I'm just saying cigarettes are incredibly pervasive, the smell. I don't judge anyone who smokes, but I certainly don't like smelling cigarettes. Like, you're an adult, you do you type thing, you know? I'm gonna go around this way to not break the ground net. Go around this way. Go around this way. There we go. First car was owned by a smoking dog owner. Oh, I have pity for that dog. Animals can't tell you to stop, you know, like if they can't handle it. All right, so now these are all individual wires I have to bring over. So this might get rough, but we can go down and around. So it's not too bad. So like, where does red 1 have to go? Really should have changed these pin assignments, huh? So can't go that way. Can't go that way. Okay, so red, select switches there. Need to run 2 out that way. My hot take, I think weed smells worse than cigarettes. Interesting. Hopefully the owner did not smoke with the dog in the car, yeah. I can smell if my neighbor smokes cigarettes, but I can smell weed if anyone in the neighborhood. So I will say you are 100% right that I believe that weed is more potent, like stronger smell. There's just something about the smell of cigarettes, though, that I just can't tolerate. It's weird too. My dad was a smoker when I was a kid, but he smoked cigars. So maybe that was a different, one of the differences. I don't know. But yeah, certainly I can't tolerate the cigarette smell. I wish I could, because so many people in my neighborhood smoke, and they smoke outdoors, which means when I'm walking and getting fresh air, that's all I can smell. So I wish it didn't bother me, but it does. So here we are. Put a via in there. If I drag this over this way, don't need to drag all this weirdness. Don't need to drag all this either. I smoke indoors. I mean, that's very respectful of you, which is nice. But a lot of people smoke outdoors in order to be respectful. So it's kind of a hard situation. There's no winning, right? Like, some people are indoors with you, And then if you smoke indoors, that's inconsiderate. So then you go outside, but then everybody walking by, like, mind you, if it's a windy day, that's fine. I can deal with that a lot easier, because then it at least changes the air. And I do understand that it's a sore point for people. Oh, too close. I do understand that some people, you know, they don't like hearing that people don't like cigarette smell, because then it makes them feel bad. So that's not my point here. Red, red, done. I don't smoke any cigarettes, pipe, cigar. They all stink, yeah. Weed the most. Getcha, I getcha. American smokes are almost as bad as cigar. Yeah, I don't like any smoke either, but I will say the smell of weed doesn't bother me as much as the smell of cigarettes. The smell of cigarettes is hella strong. And it's something about it. And I understand it's a me problem. So don't get it twisted. I don't expect everyone to change for me. Front copper. Come down to here. Another via. And this we can go around town. This and then through like that. Sensitive nicotine, so cigs are the worst. Gotcha. I think vape smells worse than anything. Okay. I really don't mind vape smells. Like, really, really don't mind. I don't vape either, but if I had the choice between smelling cigarettes and a vape, I will have the person vape inside my shirt. I don't care. It's that different. But again, it's all like different strokes for different folks, right? Oops. The worst part of going to Vegas when we went was that we didn't realize that smoking indoors was allowed. Because we're in Ontario here, it's illegal. You can't smoke indoors. So essentially, we were having a blast, but then when someone joined the table and lit a cigarette, it was like, oh, time to go. Hit like, yeah, sure, hit like, folks, if you want to. Okay, so let's see if we can jam these guys in a little bit. So yeah, that won't let me move the via. See if we move this via up this way. Oh, there's two vias there. Drag this way. I can fit one more through here. Drag this via this way. There. This way. All right, food's here. Great. Let us know how it goes. I want the review. I want to live vicariously through you. That's another double via. I mean, it's a burger. How can it be bad, right? Let's pop a via on here. Run our wires down this way. Pop this guy onto here. Go underground. To about, let's put it about here and drag this over this way. Pop a via on there. Nope, DRC won't let me. Go out a little bit. Pop a via on there. Time is it? 11:30. Pop down this way. Pop a via on there. Go underground. The family went to the Seneca Casino. But they wanted to. The smoke there was nuts. Yeah. I get it. Yep, I know. I know Vegas is like that too. I've been to Vegas and I've had enough, because if I head there, I know it's just going to be cigarette smell again the whole way. Much less like I won't go to the States for a long time now. It's just it's literally a non-starter. Via. Run across here. Via. Go underground. Pop to here. Via. Bridge over here. Via. Go underground. Gonna go around this way because the trigger switch. There we go. Trigger switch will go directly this way. Whoop. Like so. We're going to drag this down a little bit. We have family in Michigan. Likely won't see each other in the next few years. Yeah. Yep. That's... Elections have consequences, folks. I went and voted on first day of early voting. Okay, so this is not used, so I'm gonna just via stitch this. Since I'm not using this area to route anything. Okay, that is fixed. Via stitch here a little bit. Just trying to find the empty spots before I go on. There we go, looks good. Actually, yeah, 12. I'm gonna stop at 12 no matter what. 12 noon. Whether I'm done or not, it's inconsequential. I'm gonna stop then. Because I want to eat. Also, what's for food, love? Because I didn't take anything out. And I'm totally fine if we blame Bigsy, but I want burgers now. It's all his fault. Wait, why is this not? This is ground. This should be connected to this island. That's weird. This should connect. That's very strange. I can get burgers. I have meatballs. I can have meatballs. Oh boy, that's a good stretch. Okay, so the big issue here. Oh, I haven't run Red 5 yet? Really? I have not. Okay, I'm gonna run Red 5 under this way. I'll get burgers next time we're at Costco. I think I do want burgers, but I don't want to pay for them. Okay. We can. So the issue is that I'm hungry now. So like we could go to Costco. But I think I would have to end stream now and go to Costco now. But also, I don't know if you're still here, but it's also the day after. No, it's the day after. Oh wait, is it closed for Easter Monday? I was going to say it's the day after Easter. Let's not go today. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I'd rather, if I have to, like I'll eat, I can have meatballs. Are we watching The Last of Us, by the way, since you've reacted to it? Is it, actually, am I giving away trade secrets that you've reacted to The Last of Us episode 2 yesterday? Whoopsies. We can watch it? Okay. In the future, is it okay to mention the stuff that you've recorded reactions to? I mean, I think it's hype building for your channel, right? That's fine. Okay, good. Go subscribe to patreon.com/VeroWackReacts if you want to see Vero's reactions to stuff before it goes onto YouTube. Also, you can request that Vero reacts to stuff on Reactor. Okay, do I have anything else? The binary ones have to run out this way. I think I'm gonna ship them. So I have to leave this area, so maybe I'll go downwards. I'm gonna lose this ground pad though. If I just drag. Just drag this around town. Like this. Then I'll be able to pop some of these. Okay, and then I can run the binary lines through here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna try to like bring them here to drag this down. 3. Drag this down. And then 4. Can't fit. Oh wait, why am I stopping so shy? And just drag this down more. And then this guy will fit. Yep. So there we go. There's my binary 1, 2, 3, 4. They're routed here. It needs to be routed kind of far. To here. So 1 has to go up here. Okay, I have an idea. Drag this up. Oh yeah, this could take less space if I go like that. Okay, hold on a sec. Grab this. You know, I seriously think Varro would be amazing at doing this kind of stuff, like untangling the rat's nest. I'm 100% confident that she would be able to do it with faster ability than the auto router could. Untangling, yeah. Exactly. This is a rat's nest. You have to essentially untangle it. That's green. It's already connected. So I go up and around town this way. Making an island here. That's okay because they'll ground from the top. Drag this to make it look less ugly. Okay. Now my 4 binary lines. Binary 1 is at the bottom. Okay. I can fix this. Binary 1 needs to not be at the bottom. It's be at the top. So binary 1 come up this way. Oh, to drag this. You know what? Screw it. Take all this stuff. Oops. Oh God. I crashed KiCad. Oh no. I haven't saved. No. Oh no. Yes. Oh no. Okay, well, a lot of my changes weren't saved. I crashed it. Ah, damn it. Okay, I'm gonna redo what I was doing here, and then I'm gonna give up for the day. I'm just gonna, because I don't want to forget that I was running these wires up and around this way. But then that's the end of today's session. Up like this, and then yellow Yeah. What a shame. It is what it is. Like, that just teaches you every once in a while, you just need to control S. Not slash S. Although that is very, very helpful as well. Okay, and now I'm just going to you know what? I actually don't even need to reassess how these binary wires go, because binary 1 can just go around back and then connect up. Like so. Then 2 can also come around town. Yeah, they can all come around town. This way, go around town, and drag this into a nicer position. Oh, no, don't drag that one. So 2 is connected here. And drag this down so it fits. And then 3, same way. Well, 3 can go directly, I guess, but it will make 4 go directly. Having all my wires tucked into their spots. What the hell is going on here? Oh my god, I have another position fail. This one. Move this one out. This one. Move. This one. Oh, now I have to redo these connections. Grab all of these. No tracks. And then align. Horizontal center. There we go. These tracks are still connected. Redo these. Okay, connect this guy. Drag that so you don't do any acid traps. Yeah. Saving it now. Oh, wait. Yes, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. So that's all saved. Drag this down. And then binary 4, it can just go directly there, but I'm going to drag it to follow the same track. There we go. So those are all run neatly. And I can drag them left to right if I need space for vias. So that's good. Hey, this little project became massive all of a sudden, huh? Okay, none of these grounds are unattached. Actually, this ground might be an island. So I'll just via stitch it a little bit. Almost done. So I need to route, next time, I need to route pot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 test points. And that's it. Yeah, save again. Control S all the time. Friendship ended with KiCad. Control S is now my friend. Oh, Control B. Oh yeah, I can't select tracks. Actually, I should just tuck this into here. Tuck that tightly there. And then add some vias for the ground pour here. There we go. So we're almost done. We have these wires to just run across. Like that shouldn't be bad because this is a through hole. So we can use the red layer here and then use the blue to move across. This one, yeah, we might have to cut some red layers. Oh, we have to run the 3v3 over here too. So yeah, that's going to get done. I can also cheat and move this guy over here. And then that'll be much easier to route. But I'll have a lot of congestion with these other pads. But anyways, that's going to be it for today. Oh, there's only 3 minutes left to the stream anyways. So I'm going to save again. Let's see what it looks like. View 3D viewer. So this is what our project looks like so far. So the got my SMD resistors, which saved me a lot of space. Got my binary display here. Got some test pads. The 2 push buttons, which doesn't matter which side they're on. Thanks, Bigsy. Appreciate that. But this will be all, like, it'll look so much better when it's made as well, because what's going to happen is, oh look, these are not equally spaced. Okay, it'll be Chat's job to remind me to do that next week, or probably in 3 days. So this will be really nice once it's built because these will be different color LEDs, and then I'll have a 3D printed housing for it. So it should be pretty nice. And then along the top here, I'll have like a post, and that'll run, it'll be hollow so the wires can run through. These switches will be mounted remotely. It should be pretty nice. All right, so that's enough for me. I'm gonna go find something to eat. Won't be as good as the Five Guys. Wait, Big Z, 1 to 10, how was your Five Guys? Or how is your Five Guys if you're still eating? I need to know. Cannot end the stream without knowing if your Five Guys was good or is good. We're not ending. So if Big Z closed out the window, we're nobody's going home. we're all gonna stay here. Solid 6. Perfect. Thanks for that answer. Have a good one, folks. Keep an eye on the channel and you'll see when it's going to be, when I'm going live. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Track width, 2 millimeter. Too much. Track width, 1 millimeter. Nope, too much. Track width, 0.75 millimeter. That looks good. All right, so you're gonna see when the next one is on, and we're gonna get after it. Have a good one, folks. Thanks for being here. Stay safe, enjoy your Easter. And I'm, oh, not Control D, Control S. I'm saving. Have a good one, guys.